So first, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. I know that we had more people sign up, and so they may be dropping in. But instead of waiting further, because I know everyone's time is valuable, we'll just go ahead and get started. We wanted to share with you a little bit about GiftSuite and the trends that we're seeing with corporate gifting, along with what we see coming up here in Q4. So, hello again. My name is Sangeeta Verma, and my partner is Phoenix Norman. And Phoenix and I have worked together before at a different company. We are well-versed in the startup world and have done multiple startups. GiftSuite is really a labor of love for us because we actually started it when the pandemic hit. And it was because we kind of saw the world going crazy, and we knew that when the world is changing, the way that people gift needs to change too, and that's really what we're trying to tackle. And when we originally started it, the thought was that we would create employee care boxes for corporations to send to their people working from home, sheltering in place, but all the items would be sourced from small businesses to try and really help those that were desperately in need of additional revenue sources. And so that's really what motivated us to start GiftSuite, and you kind of see where we're taking it from there. Some of our clients, we're lucky that, we haven't been around very long, but we've got some fantastic clients that we've worked with, and we'll talk a little bit about how gifting has just become really important in 2020. In fact, we can go to the next slide. Because I don't know about you guys,
that's my best friend, by the way.
This is kind of how, I think most of us are feeling. I know I am in 2020, it feels like it's one thing after another with no breaks, and you're a little scared to look around the corner because you don't know what's coming next. So between the pandemic, the market drops, the racial injustice fights, the natural disasters that are happening, it has been an absolutely crazy year. Our lives have been completely upended, and people are facing tremendous stress and anxiety. Our inability to see each other face to face has actually made gifting even more important, because it's now kind of a physical representation of you, because you can't be right there with that person. And that's really what we're seeing and why we're seeing it taking off. As I mentioned, huge stress. So there was a survey done by Ginger where nearly 2 out of 3 employees report that they're losing more than an hour a day because of COVID-19 stress, right? And that's only going to get worse. Now with the election coming up, you've got a little over half just anticipating that they're going to have even more stress because of it. So as I mentioned, when we started GiftSuite, we kind of, looked at the world and said, this is going to be an issue. And so along with the gifting company, we had started a section called GiftSuite Labs, a department called GiftSuite Labs, where we test everything that gets brought in before we actually make it available. And we have small panels of testers. Depending on what the product is, it goes to different panels of testers that will test it and we scale it on different items, but the basics are, quality, ease of use, visual appeal, does it actually work, is it effective, price point. And so we look at all of those things to determine its giftability. But so back in March, GiftSuite Labs, said, okay, we need to start figuring out what are some products and gift items that are going to help people as we go further into the year, because things are going to get more stressful and not less. And so the themes that we really have noticed that have been resonating with, with our corporate buyers, as well as just individuals that come use the site, is it's all about comfort, connection, and indulgence. And those are the 3 overriding themes. So we thought we'd share with you a little bit, what does comfort look like? What are we seeing that's selling well, that people are really reacting positively to, right? So a big one, tea. Tea across the board, all kinds of tea is doing really well. Chocolate, which is no surprise. I don't know if any of you guys are chocoholics, but I completely am. Chocolate, porter mugs are doing really well for us as well.
And what they are, by the way, are this really cool ceramic mug that's insulated. It's got a cool cap on it, the whole 9 yards. And it's, you know, one of the things, and sorry, Sangeeta, wanted to pop in there. One of the things that we try to really do with our gifting, our tagline is gifting with intention, is to make sure that the box has something that is basically going to last for a long, long time. I think the best gifting is something that you get many years prior, so to speak, but you're able to sort of use over, you know, I'd say a lifetime if we could, but at least for a long amount of time. So for instance, the porter mugs have become super popular because they're something you can take with you anywhere you go. They're great in the car. They fit in the cup holders. They're, you know, it's just a good piece of equipment, so to speak, which is another thing we try to do, is to make sure things are either, you know, somehow tech forward or like highly usable on a daily basis. Because again, that's every time you pick that mug up, you're going to think, wow, this was the best gift I ever got, which is kind of what we're shooting for.
Right.
So,
and then they're going to remember you.
Yeah, 100%.
So a couple of other really popular items under the comfort category that have been selling well: candles are doing well, and journals. We've got all sorts of different notebooks and journals, and people are really kind of gravitating towards adding those to the boxes.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah. So the second theme is connection. And so what does connection look like? Connection, so we actually have a great gift that we found through our GiftSuite Lab testing, Wi-Fi digital frames. And we have one, and we're actually testing another one right now too, but we have one. And what we love about this frame in particular is that it works with the Frameo app. So we tested a bunch of frames and all their software, and this was the best one because that app is so easy to use. But when we're talking about connection, one of the things that Phoenix and I love so much about this frame is that if I have it, I can have other people, I can give other people permission to my frame. And so I can give family members or friends, and they can just send me photos directly to that frame. So as you can imagine, if it's a family situation, the grandparents are far away, you can just be sending pictures directly to that frame. If you've got a friend that, you know, wants to stay connected, they can start sending you pictures to that frame. And so it's just really well done and, you know, a very cool item. So we're excited about that.
Indeed.
The other thing that, you know, for connection, anything Zoom, right? Anything that helps Zoom. And as you'll see, we'll be talking about, we've got a couple of boxes that have like a tripod and selfie stick, which perfect for Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
We have little mini ring lights for your phone. A wide angle lens, which actually I was telling Phoenix we needed to bring this morning to put on his so you could see both of us. Again, all around video conferencing. So anything that helps video conferencing, because that's really a key way that people are either doing business or connecting with loved ones these days, those are doing well.
Indeed.
And then social games are doing really well. And then the third trend, indulgence, right? So I think, you know, everyone is feeling like if we're all cooped up in our homes or our lives are upended, I need a treat. And you're right, you do need a treat. So spa items, chocolate again. We have this amazing Corsical Invisible, sorry, that just, talk about indulgence. It makes a totally clear, round ice ball.
Perfect.
And you know, it's one of those things you don't think you need till you actually have it, and you're like, oh, I actually do
only
need this.
ice you want in your house is this damn ball. It's so good. It's so good. It's so easy to make too.
But the tumbler that it comes with, again, is a portable tumbler that you could use separately. And so that has been, you know, that's been really popular. And then we just recently added, because, you know, movie night's great, but movie night on a giant wall with a projector is even better.
Backyard, baby. Right on the
backyard, living room, any spare
So
wall
good.
you have. Really popular with families that have children, or just anyone that wants to feel like they have a home theater at their disposal. So that's what indulgence looks like.
Indeed.
Okay, I feel like we're racing through this really quickly.
No, there will be plenty. Don't
Okay,
worry.
I'm
I've got
used to more
plenty.
interactive where people can ask me
We
questions.
will, I
Okay,
promise.
so finally, wellness. So, what does wellness look like? And we actually have spent a lot of time on this. Researching it. We probably brought in close to 100 different products that we've tested through the lab around wellness. And let's go to the next slide.
Sure.
So, part of the reason this was important to us is that honestly, it's really important to your employees and clients, and frankly, anyone, but to employees in particular. Again, going back to the Ginger survey, 63% of workers reported that their employer could do more to support mental health during COVID 19. We know how challenging it is to support mental health, right? I mean, I have started up companies, run large divisions, all of that. And I know what a challenge it is when you're dealing with employees and around wellness, health, mental health, because everybody is so different. And you've got to be careful with, what you talk about, how you talk about it, what you provide. Um, and so that's why I'm really excited to share with you this next product, because I think that it is one of those things that is non-invasive, but yet so perfect for anyone. So this is Sensate, and it is the employee gift of 2020. Oh, yeah.
This is what it looks like.
Can they see it?
They can. We just can't see them.
Oh,
Not at the moment.
I didn't even know they could see that.
They
Okay.
can.
I should have shown them all the other products. Like,
It's all good. We'll
here's
show
the
them.
chocolate.
That chocolate is stupid, by the way. Oh my God, it's so good.
So,
So this is the Sensei.
yeah. And here's how it works. So essentially, it works with an app that you download to your phone. It's free. You put in headphones, turn on the app. The Sensei syncs automatically, and it vibrates. And it'll vibrate to the music that you're listening to in the app. And what it does is it calms down your vagus nerve. And so your vagus nerve is the largest nerve in your body. It runs from your brainstem down to your gut. And it really helps kind of that fight or flight response that we all have, right? And so what I particularly love about the Sensei, I've been using it since April. And what I love about it is meditation is hard, right? And I am someone who's meditated for years. Meditation is still hard because it's hard to calm down your thoughts, especially when you're super stressed out like people are feeling these days. But what this does is it works the other way. It actually calms down your body first, so then you can calm down your mind. And so 98% approval rating in clinical tests and home testing. People say that it helps them fall asleep, it helps them reduce anxiety, and it helps them become more focused. So the beauty of the vagus nerve, which is what Sensei stimulates, is that it's like a muscle in your body, and it can be strengthened. And so the more that you actually use this, you actually build resiliency. And so amazing product.
And what I love about this is, the company, first of the company that actually created this, they've also sort of given some really good sort of talking points, if you will, of course. And one of them, and Sangeeta mentioned it, is basically meditating without meditating. It gives you the same benefits of meditation, but without the actual practice. Those of you that know me, if you've seen me on LinkedIn and everything else, I tend to be really type A. So, the thought of sitting still for longer than 5 minutes is kind of like scary to me just because I have so much to do in life. So this has been like critical for me to just, really more than anything as a sleep aid, to be honest with you. I have insomnia like you can't believe, just because my mind is always racing. And what I love about this is it allows me, that 10 minutes of just, laying down, putting this bad boy on my chest and basically prepping myself for sleep. And it's the best sleep I ever get, just because I've already found a way to sort of physiologically calm down to a point where, it honestly does feel like I've meditated for, 30 minutes. And I know me, I don't have that kind of patience. I'm the worst. I could never join a monastery because they would just be like, just get out. You're not, this isn't for you. So, the reason why me and particularly Sangeeta, were so excited about this is because it's easy. You know, this little pebble, what's really cool about this also is it vibrates to music, but it has different strengths of vibration. So it's really weird when it sits on your chest. You're just like, okay, how's this little thing gonna work? The first time I tried it, I was just like, whatever, let's see what this does. And sure enough, it's strong, and then it's a little weaker, and then the music that you're listening to is curated specifically to create this very sort of calming physiological response. So that in combination with this allows it's hard to explain. It just works. It's weird. Like it vibrates, and you feel it on your chest, but you also almost feel it through your body. It's hard to explain.
Well, you do, because your vagus nerve runs from your brain down
exactly,
to your gut,
right.
and then it kind of tentacles out.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So again, that's another reason why we're super, super stoked on this. And another thing I love about it is anyone in the household can use this. As long as they have a mobile phone and a pair of earphones, this is literally a gift that is beyond just, yourself. It's something that anyone in the house can sort of take and put on their chest. I always call it, it's the perfect, child timeout toy, meaning, if you've got kids that really need that good timeout, here you go, hit it, lay down, put this on your chest and zip it for 10 minutes. So, and sometimes you have to put your loved ones in timeout as well. So again, a great tool to do that.
So I think, that's why we were so excited to find it, because it's rare to find a product like this. But also, I think it just harks back to what we've talked about. What do employees want from their employers this year? And as we can see from some of the charts and data that we went through earlier, is they're really looking for you guys to acknowledge and understand the stress that they're feeling this year, right? Acknowledgement goes, that makes a huge difference. And so, product like Sensei, other ways that you do it, right? There's so many different ways to acknowledge, and that's really what they're looking for. I think that's...
and I think also, I think this is a great opportunity, especially for the people online. Sorry, I'm actually going to go back so we can see y'all.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love that.
Because let's do that. There we go. Some real people. One of the things that I think a lot of employers are looking for, and especially I've been an executive assistant for 27 years before went into business for myself and alongside Sangeeta. They look for us to sort of step in and unearth what the gift is going to be, or something that sort of helps the general population, because a lot of times the C-suite gets bogged down, especially now, for instance, in all things corporate, all things finance, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a great opportunity to really kind of raise your hand and say, hey, here's a great opportunity, or a cool product, or a cool service, or whatever else that can really sort of help maintain culture. Because one of the things we're also seeing out there is companies spent all of this time and all of this money building the world's coolest culture, and COVID snatched that right off the table, essentially. So now it's this effort to try and make sure employees feel supported, that they still feel a part of something larger,
connected,
that they still feel connected. And another reason why we started GiftSuite was to help maintain that, because we knew how hard it was. Sangeeta being a multi-time CEO, I was her assistant at one of our companies. And it was always one of those things where we wanted to create a culture that was, that was lively and fun and supportive and all of that. And it's hard to do that when everyone is banished to their kitchen tables, essentially. But it's not impossible. And that's really what we dove in to try and do. So I'm going to pop over here into the chat.
Well, we still have a couple more things to go through.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. We'll just finish it off, because actually the next slide's really important. It's about timing.
That's
So here's the other thing that we wanted to really share with you guys. Yeah, go ahead. To share with you guys, beyond what we were seeing in terms of gifting trends and items that were popular, is overwhelming demand, right? So I just want to make sure that we share key dates with you guys, because what we're seeing with everything that's happening in 2020, people really are turning to gifting, and they're starting earlier. So it's interesting because we're actually really busy right now. We just moved into a larger warehouse doing kind of a round of gifts now, even before the holidays, because employers are saying, hey, we really want to thank our employees for, everything they've done so far this year. And so we're sending out gift boxes now in October, and then we'll be sending them out again in December for these teams. And so there's just a lot of demand, but what that means is you really should plan and order early, because honestly, I've got to tell you, and maybe it's just me personally, but I'm concerned about supply chain later in Q4. When I listen to the news with what's happening with, COVID potentially on the uprise again, the election coming up, I think there's just going to be a lot that's going to happen as we get closer and closer to December that may affect the supply chain. Yeah. And therefore, I think it's, we're really encouraging all of our clients, start ordering early. Yeah. And so the dates that we've been giving them are, get your final sign off internally by the 16th of October.
Which is weeks away.
Right, a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
Right? It's like 2 weeks. Get payment in, and these are kind of late dates, right? Get payment in by the end of October so that we can get products ordered. And not just us, I think any of the gifting companies that you order from are going to want at least 3 to 4 weeks in order to get in items and to get you into the schedule for the build out and stuff. So, payments in by the end of October, items get ordered that first week of November, build out starts happening, as fast as it possibly can, but let's call it November 16th, because again, we're going to be, we'll be out for a week, or when I say out, I think shipment and everything, just everybody slows down for Thanksgiving. So you lose a week there, right? And then shipping out, by 12/8, maybe even sooner, the first week of December, really, because again, depending on how the supply chain is going, we want to make sure that there's a few extra days allowed for it to get received by the recipient in time.
Right. And keep in mind, everyone, like I said, has been banished to their homes. So, online orders are already through the roof. They've increased, triple digits percentage wise. So, keep in mind that there's going to be a mad crush for holiday season this year. So shipping, as much as we'd love to believe that Amazon and everybody else and FedEx and all of these other shippers have everything sort of sorted out. Don't forget, we are also dealing with USPS. It's going to be dealing with a whole lot of ballots. So, it's really going to put some stress and testing on what the shipping pipeline looks like. So again, we don't want to take any chances. So when you look at these dates, and we'll have these dates available for you guys as well as our lookbook. But, when you look at these dates, really, think about them and hold to them, put them on your calendar, whatever. Just because I think, again, we're going to have some very interesting shipping stories at the end of the year. So hopefully we'll have you guys as a good story versus a sad story. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. Next.
So
to help make it a little bit easier, and I know that you guys have so many choices for gifting, right? There are all sorts of different places you can go. But what we did on our end to make it a little easier was we did create a 2020 lookbook, and you can download it. We'll throw the link into chat. It's also up there. It's just a bit.ly/GiftSuite 2020. So go ahead and go to next. Sure. And what the lookbook's going to have is it just basically 3 different ways to work with GiftSuite in particular, which is custom corporate. We work with you one-on-one. We create, special boxes just for you, or we modify the boxes that we already have specifically for your team. The second way to work with GiftSuite is you can create your own. We've got a system where you can go online, and it's actually kind of fun to do a little shopping and be a little creative picking out your items. So you've got that ability. And then finally, we've got what we call the signature collection. And so we've got boxes ranging from essentially $70 to $200.
And beyond.
And beyond, that's true. And some of the custom stuff.
Really fancy, exactly.
So we do some high-end executive gifting too, which may not be right for a whole team, but certainly for an executive, you've got someone that oh, we've got $500 we need to spend for our SVP who,
Is
you know,
leaving the company,
is leaving
or
the
something like that.
company
Exactly.
or is, you know, getting promoted or whatever. We do all of that too. But in particular with the signature collection, it's really about more of the bulk boxes, so the $70 to $200 range. And again, we can modify those accordingly for your specific team, but the boxes really have been designed to kind of hit all of this, I don't know.
All the senses.
Yeah, all the senses, all the sort of, right. So that you don't have to think about it. You can just look at it and go, okay, that's great. Right?
Can we, I just, you know, I know one thing we don't do enough, and it's okay, I'm going to pop out of this for a second. I want to show you guys what an actual GiftSuite box looks like. Because
do you want me to open it?
not yet. I want to show, hold on, let me unshare this for a second. I wanted to show you guys. So when you, oh Lord, hopefully it's not going to like continue to disappear.
No, completely disappears.
Why? Because it's okay. I'm so tempted to take our background off. Hold on.
You
Okay.
can.
There we go.
Take our background.
So that's what it looks like. It seems like it's kind of disappearing. But this is, oh my God, why? That is crazy. Okay.
We need to just remove our background.
How about I just move back a little bit?
That's not helping.
That's worse. Damn it. All right, you hold on to that. I'm gonna see if I can get this background real quick. No, my place does not look this fabulous, by the way. So just thought you'd like to know that.
Yeah, we're actually in the warehouse today, and so we thought, oh no, let's make it look a little nicer in the warehouse.
Funny. Okay. Sorry. Okay. There's the reel. We've gone from Malibu to Schenectady, but oh well, it happens. So this is an actual GiftSuite box. The whole idea with this is we want it to be, you know, super duper premium. The box itself is a nice, heavy, beautiful box. It's one that you'll definitely want to keep, you know, almost as a little keepsake.
Keepsakes in it and items in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good for storage.
Exactly. And the whole idea here.
Yeah, we just didn't want it to be something that was disposable, just that you would throw away, adding more junk to the universe.
So, for instance, this is actually about to be sent out. This is a client that we're working with as we speak. But this is what they did. They, you know, they did some really cool products, for instance. So, like
there's that porter mug that we talked about.
And they have it in blush. It's really cool. It's like a pink action going on.
Candle, tea, chocolate. This is a total comfort box.
This is a total comfort box. Yeah. And this is typically, this is one of our most popular boxes, believe it or not. We sell a lot of these just because it kind of hits all of the senses. One of the things that I was, you know, kind of begging Sangeeta as we did these was, you know, I love gifts, honey, and I love like sweets and stuff like that. I always thought it would be a beautiful thing to be able to pop open a box and immediately have something you can eat. Because I'm just like, okay, yay, gift, yay. Well, give me something to like, you know.
Well, as long as it's not all food.
Yeah, not all food. Yeah, that's kind of a pain in the butt. But like, for instance, you know, this John Kelly chocolate, this is a group out of Los Angeles, West Hollywood. And, you know, celebrity clients like you can't believe. The funny thing is, Sangeeta, I have to say this because it's funny.
I wish I had taken a video of Phoenix trying this for the first time.
Because it's the funniest thing ever. So if you can sort of see this. So this is the John Kelly. It's like they're literally like, I call them a celebrity chocolatier. They provide, you know, Renee Zellweger, for instance, is and who else? Mindy Kaling are like the huge clients. They've got like a whole clientele list. But the funny thing is, I popped this open. She's like, oh, let's do a chocolate testing. I popped this open, took a bite, and it was hilarious. I did it. I'm like, it was the most insane.
Phoenix was just like,
chocolate.
What just happened to my mouth? I mean, literally tears.
Like literally tears. Oh, the best chocolate I've ever tasted in my life. And I'm like, that is it. This needs to go in almost every single box we do, this particular one. But so anyway, we have a whole suite of John Kelly chocolate that we've been doing, for instance, now. And it's super duper popular. People are, you know, absolutely loving the chocolate.
Hand
sanitizer. Okay, so I love this hand sanitizer. I want to pop it open, but I don't want to mess it up for the client. But it's really, really cool. If you can see the form factor, it looks like like an iPhone 4. It's the cutest thing ever. Like when you, I don't know if you can see, you might be able to kind of cheat. There
Oh,
you go.
there you go. A
You
little
can
bit.
kind of see it a little bit
Yeah.
there. But it's the cutest little form factor, slips right in your purse, slips in your pocket, and it, it allows you to sort of, obviously go around and actually have a really cool hand sanitizer. And it smells amazing. It feels really good as
Yeah.
well.
It's good for your skin.
Exactly.
500 uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, come on now. Truly Fog. This is a company that's actually local here in Northern California, where we are at the moment. They do, amazing smelling candles, and their shtick seems to be this, what I call salt of the earth, like just beautiful, woodsy, deep, just, not smelly, like smelly, you know what I'm saying, at all. And those of you that follow me know that I actually have a candle company of my own, and I love these candles. I won't even lie. So good stuff there. And then again, the porter mug, which is in there as well. And then mints. Everybody loves mints because trust me, you don't know. So, and then Hardy and Sons tea. This is one of my favorite tea companies. They're out of New York City, and this particular tea is a specialty tea, for instance, that they make. It's a special blend, and it smells really good, but then it tastes delicious as well. So,
Okay. There we go.
So that's what an actual GiftSuite box looks like. It's it's premium. It's heavy. When people pop it open, that's one of the first things that they say. It's like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. So yay, there you go.
Okay.
Should we talk to some peeps?
Yeah, let's take questions.
If anyone wants to unmute and just ask some questions, go for it. This is fun.
Yeah, we don't have that huge of a group, so let's do that.
Don't be shy.
Okay, I can. Oh, that's fine.
Oh no, I think we're good.
No questions.
No questions? Oh, let's see. There was one in the chat. What's the best way to gift employees in this work from home mode and be innovative? I think one of the things that we try to do, that was from Amanda, by the way. One of the things that we try to do is to be innovative. I'll be honest, I've always been one of those people that hates the really swaggy, super corporate branded, pins and freaking key lights and just lame stuff. You guys know, if you're executive assistants, you know what I'm talking about, like the stuff that's always in those swag bags. So one of the things that I really wanted to do when Sangeeta and I sort of really took over this company was to provide something different, provide something that had a soul, that had intention around the gifting. And I think one of the things that we try to do based on our experience, but then also her based on being a CEO for so many years, me being an executive assistant, is really sort of marry our sort of collective our collective intention, if you will, and come up with items that were not only interesting, that were highly usable, that of course left some sort of positive impression, but also that were sustainable. A lot of the products that we choose, and a lot of the companies that we choose to work with, we choose to work with certain companies, have an ethos around sustainability, or giving back, or small footprint, that sort of a small carbon footprint, etc. So again, it's really around the intention of it all. With people work, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, I'll just add a little bit to that, Amanda. So here's how we try and be innovative. We really looked at the gifting landscape and saw that a lot of it was food, right? Food baskets, different types of food. And then you had swag, as Phoenix mentioned. And then you had more disposable types of items that were given. And don't get me wrong, they're all great, right? I would love to get any and all of those. But what we really wanted to do was say, okay, how do we have an item that is going to last longer, right? Something that's going to have staying power, that someone's going to use day in, day out, and remember the giver fondly. So that was part one.
Mm-hmm.
Part two was, because we both come from the tech sector. My background is technology. My past startups have all been tech startups. Was we really saw an opportunity to kind of bring tech into around this experience of ours. And so if you look at some of our boxes, for example, you know, we've got a Zoom box, right, which is all about items like a widescreen or a wide angle lens and a tripod and a ring light to make your Zooming experience better, but it's also a great gift. We've got a to-go box, which contains a porter mug, you know, coffee, pour over coffees, mints, as well as a little portable phone charger, because everybody is using their phones and everybody wants to stay charged, right? And so for us, it's about how do we bring in some of these more innovative tech items that are so useful in our everyday life that people are going to want to use over and over, and be really you know, grateful for receiving, because maybe it's something they either had their eye on or hadn't thought about, but now that they've gotten it, it's, you know, it's amazing. And that's really how we try and innovate around gifting.
And then sometimes it's, you know, it's inevitable that sometimes there'll be duplicates, meaning you might already have something, but, you know, there's nothing better than getting something that's, you know, might be a duplicate, but even better than the version you had before.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Or for instance, you know, like phone chargers and cords and things like that. Like, it's so good to get an extra cord, like a really nice one, then you banish, you know, your previous one to the car, that kind of thing. So again, that's kind of how we look at it. Again, just usability and usefulness, and making sure that, you know, anything that anyone gets has a purpose and has some intention around it, as opposed to, again, just some random thing that you throw in a box and call it a gift.
And that the box itself offers an experience, right? So like movie night, it's not just a bunch of random things. That's actually designed for a very specific experience around movie night, right? Exactly. So you've got the mini projector, you've got the popcorn bowl, you've got popcorn, caramel corn, you know, these amazing Sugarfina gummies in it.
Are you guys hip to Sugarfina? Oh my goodness. That's, sorry, I had to go there.
It's okay.
Oh my God. Like their stuff is so crazy. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, yay.
Yeah, I know. Sugarfina is amazing.
Oh my God. It's, we have the whole
so Amanda, are you talking about the gift that Phoenix was showing off with the tea and the hand sanitizer and stuff? And you can unmute and just talk too.
Oh yeah. You guys are more than welcome to unmute if you can. I don't think we...
Yes, so I know, like I said, I know that any gift box is customizable based on your gift budget, but I was just curious about the cost of that box.
Yeah, so that box actually is under $100. That doesn't include shipping. Shipping is a flat $5 fee. But we specifically made this under $100 because it's going out to the financial sector, and they've got compliance laws where they can't receive gifts over $100. And so that one clocks in at $99.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Of course. Of course. Oh my gosh, I love it. Sugarfina. It's the best.
Yeah.
My favorite, what are my favorites? The lips?
The lips.
The sugar lips?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have tried the sugar lips, but if you ever liked Jolly Ranchers candies as a kid, it's like Jolly Rancher candies times 10.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
And they do these champagne
bears,
gummy bears.
bears.
Oh my God. And it's real champagne, by the way. I think it's a Veuve Clicquot, in fact. Flat Veuve Clicquot, essentially. So damn good. Oh my gosh. And they do the ones with like that weird, what's that stuff called? I don't even know what it is, but like, what's the company that does the, like our bubbly bears, for instance? What's the coating? Like, there's a company that does.
Oh, it's that's like tart sugar,
like the
sweetened
tart
tarts.
Sugars. Oh,
yeah, that sugar.
Yeah, it's indulgent, like in the wrong way, because it just ruins your waistline. But it's so worth it. So anyway,
so Phoenix could go on. So let's get back to the questions.
Yeah.
You know what? We're actually using UPS these days because USPS has had so many problems. So we were doing both, but noticed that the packages were having a hard time getting delivered, were getting delayed. And so we've been using exclusively UPS so far. We'll explore it and add FedEx too. That's not an issue, but it's whoever is going to be able to get the product, the package there on time with the best rates so that we can make sure the shipping stays really low.
Yeah, absolutely, which is great. And UPS has been fantastic. We've gotten not a single complaint from them, as far as I know.
Yeah.
They've been, amazing since day one. So I'd say they're our preferred partner at the moment. But we're always open to FedEx and to DHL. We're not shipping. Oh, that's another thing we should probably talk about. We're not shipping international just yet. We do
yes,
have.
we are.
Well, I mean, meaning we have.
Phoenix doesn't know what I've been working on.
Oh, so, Lord.
Yes, we're actually now starting to ship international
Yay!
because we've got a large order coming in where a bunch of them are going international.
I am not mad at that.
Yeah, so we've got a whole system.
I take it back.
Yeah, we've got a whole system we're working on, but he doesn't know about it because he's been handling other things.
Yeah, that's true. So. Like moving us into his warehouse. That's so fantastic. Oh, which countries?
Which countries will we be shipping to internationally? We to Europe, to Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, South America. I guess I'm going more by territory versus individual country. But if there's a specific country you want to know about, let me know and I can look it up.
Yeah, and Amanda, I'll look into.
India's fine.
Yeah, India's fine. And Timeframe.
I can find out
actually.
really specifically for you, Amanda, but it has surprisingly not been too bad. I think I want to say like 7 to 10 days, and sometimes even sooner if we want to pay. If you want to pay a little bit more for it to be within a 3 to 5 day range. Yeah. But we usually earmark 10 days to be safe when we're going international.
Yeah, which is awesome. It is awesome.
Yeah. And speaking of India, I don't know how much you want to customize your boxes. And if you can't tell, I'm Indian. So one of the things that we actually, I haven't even put it up on the website yet, is an amazing chai box. So, chai and mithai, and it was really designed to be a Diwali box. So we can really customize for employees in specific regions as well, if you're interested in that.
Right. And then you could be, I believe, we're actually okay as long as it is like a certain packaged
if it's packaged,
food,
right? If it looks like it's from a bakery that's not packaged properly, for example,
or with like weird expiration dates or something like that. Yeah,
then we can't do it. But if it's if it's packaged well, in fact, I just sent a package it was a really premium executive package we just sent out to the Netherlands, which had some food in it. It had Sugarfina, it had chocolate, and those went through no problem.
Yeah, which is helpful because I know how a lot of people, when they send these, and of course, like I mentioned, I love food being the first thing that I can kind of pop open as part of the experience. And that's something we didn't really talk about. But again, the whole unboxing experience is really what we were sort of curating for, meaning, you pop it open. My first reaction, and maybe that's the kid in me, is to immediately go for the food, something that I can sort of like nosh on as I'm opening up my other gifts and kind of enjoying them that way. So again, that whole experience is something that we didn't take lightly. We want people to open this box, first of all, to get the box and just be like, wow, this is really nice. And then, as they pop it open, really feel something, like get little goosebumps or whatever, or like, that childlike anticipation, like at Christmas. That's really what we're trying to recreate for people, even in the smallest boxes, or even, cheaper boxes or whatever.
Well, even it's with not an individual item.
Oh yeah,
right?
We should show
so
some
let
of
me
these
show
items.
you this. And by the way, March, thank you.
Margie.
I know thank you for that compliment.
So
that
sweet.
Presentation. So, I mean, you guys can see. So here's a corsicle. I can never say that word. Invisible that I was talking about for Indulgence, right? So we're talking about, just that delight factor, which actually is one of the rating scales that we use at GiftSuite Labs, is delight factor.
Right.
So, we got this box and we loved it. I mean, it got us so excited because of the way that it opened and its depth. And it was just like, you open this up and you're like, wow, this is something really special in here. And that's what we try and do within GiftSuite. So within our boxes, but even the items that we put into the boxes, right? So just have that delight factor of, wow, this is something really different and special.
Yeah, exactly. And premium. Oh, can we show the frame?
Oh yeah, it's not plugged in though, so you're not going to be able to see much. But again, it looks better if you actually can see photos in here. But such an amazing.
Do these play video as well?
They do.
Yeah.
they play
So you can do
video.
like a little video message or something that
Mhm.
on a loop, for instance, which is great. I've seen a lot of these, for instance, like in like executive homes, for instance, and I see they have like larger scale versions as well
Yeah.
on the wall that will actually just like play a loop or something, which I just thought was the coolest thing ever. It's almost like a moving, framed photo essentially, and the thought of having that on my desk, especially if I'm, working from home, which we all are, it's that sort of subconscious catching out of the side of your eye of, seeing a photo or something, especially if someone's sending you a photo and you're not expecting it, hopefully something good. But it's a great way to sort of, kind of keep yourself, almost anticipate something kind of cool being sent to your frame. So it's good stuff.
Great. So
Ooh,
Gemma
Sensei.
asked, what is the cost of Sensei? Great question.
Mhm.
I hope you're sitting down. So Sensate is, it is more expensive than the average employee gift, but it is less expensive than wellness and insurance, right? So let me say that
And
up
therapy.
front.
I said it.
And therapy, right? And I say that up front because we're feeling like companies that have either saved money this year on snacks, on in-person events, on holiday parties, should really consider reallocating some of that budget into a gift like Sensei, because it really is more than just a gift, it's a wellness device.
Mhm.
And so the price of the lowest box is $375.
The Sensei box.
The Sensei box is $375. We do volume discounts starting at 25 units and then, going from there. We've got different box options with Sensei as well for different collections. You can actually learn more and we should throw this into the chat.
Yeah.
If you want to do that.
Right.
Yeah, perfect. You can learn more at corporate.giftsensate.com. I'll let Phoenix throw that in.
Oops. What is it?
corporate.giftsensate.com. And then since you're doing that, do you want to also throw in the bit.ly link?
Do you remember what it is?
I do.
I'll do that.
Yeah, so it was bit.ly, B-I-T, / GiftSuite 2020, all lowercase. Perfect. And that's for the lookbook, which has the information we've talked about plus more. It covers actually more than we did here.
Exactly. So I know a lot of you are like, ooh, child, $375. So this is how I look at it, especially if you're trying to sell it to your execs, is, again, I mean, I think it's one of those things where this is something that will pay for itself in record time.
Just an employee happiness, employee productivity, a gift that they will remember forever.
And you can use it nightly, especially if it's, I mean, the way I look at it, it's the cheapest way to sort of, really spawn your own sort of positive mental health. And I know that, that's big language. Really what it comes down to is I would love to spend $375 on something like this that I can use every single night, that I can pass off to my kids, to my significant other, to my parents if necessary. It's something that they can use every single night to sort of really bring calm to their day. And I know that sounds like, a big claim, but I'm telling you, if you try this thing, you're going to lose your mind. It is so good. I mean, it is. And I don't want to sound like a freaking HSN, PSA.
I'm just laughing because master meditators are always telling you to lose your mind.
Yeah.
And so Phoenix is like, this makes you lose your mind. It's like
it's master meditation and a nice little neat little pebble.
Yeah.
But again, it's just such an easy way to incorporate this into your life. And that's what I love about it. I mean, as much as we reach for our phones and we're kind of triggered by, that zzz, or the haptics in your watch or whatever else. This is, in my opinion, just as important. This is something that literally you can pick up right before you go to bed, do your 10 minutes, get yourself in your Zen space, fall asleep, and have literally the best sleep of your, I won't say the best sleep of your life, but like some damn good sleep, because trust me.
But it actually goes beyond sleep.
Yeah,
so you can learn again more about it in the link, because it actually is a wellness tool for your whole body, right?
So
changes heart rate variability, all sorts of stuff that you guys can read up on. We're not going to go into all of that right now.
So cool.
What else? Yes, the product is sold out. We have a deal with the Sensate folks, and we actually have exclusive rights for it here in the US for corporate. And so we have it manufactured specifically for us.
So, oh yes.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. The question with, do you have good stock? We do, but we do also need to order it. And actually will be limited this year, unless we get orders in early enough. So this is one product that if you're interested in, we need to get those orders in now in order to get it here in time and out to your folks in time.
Exactly. And if you need 5,000, come see us. But it's definitely something we need to jump on it like sooner rather than later, just because it is it ships from the UK. So we need to make sure it gets here. So don't wait till December 16th and be like, you know what, I'm thinking I might want one of those. I mean, hey, you can order it and it ain't coming before Christmas though. So but it's a great product, and it's one that you'll hear a lot about very shortly. So we're going to be pushing the crap out of this thing.
Well, not only us, but I think you'll be hearing about it in other places as well.
You will.
People will start promoting
right.
it.
And I don't know if you guys know, this was like one of the most successful Indiegogo campaigns for wearables, essentially. So again, it's really, really good. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah,
it's
you know
perfect.
what? That's a great board of directors.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, executives, but honestly, anybody, right? All employees right now, and not even employees, just everyone, right? Because we're all feeling 2020. So. GiftSuite.com. Perfect. Yeah. It can.
Just makes life easy.
Yeah. So you've got both of our emails there if you.
Yeah. So, and again, you guys, the reason I put the emails in there, we work with you, meaning, we're not handing this off to some group in, the Philippines or something like that to do your orders. This is she and I and like a small team.
Yeah, and a small team.
And we, the whole idea is we want to help you create the exact box that you want for your events, for your team, for your clients, etc. And, we work with you to do that. We'll send you numerous options if necessary, so that what you send is like a real expression of you or your company. And again, evokes that full experience for the people getting it. For instance, your board of directors. I mean, obviously there may be a higher price point. We have a box that's around like $500 and something, but it's beautiful. It has this amazing wrap. It has a savasana. It has like this full sensory thing along with the Sensei. It's like a perfect gift. It's especially for like a board of directors gift or something like that. So again, feel free to reach out to us at any time. We're more than happy to answer any questions you have, or like I said, create exactly the box that you want for your events.
So other questions? Is there anything that we haven't answered that you guys want to know about? Is there anything you want to talk about with gifting that just hasn't even been brought up?
Yeah, happy to answer. And this isn't our only one. We're going to be doing
we'll be doing other sessions. So we've got 3 more in October for this gifting session. This is our first one though, so thank you for attending it, because we're learning a lot too on how we present and how to make it better.
And no background. No background.
Exactly. Okay.
Fantastic.
So I think that's it. If there's no other questions, I think we're done.
That's great. So thank you guys.
Okay, great. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing a question.
Don't want to miss any questions. So thank you again. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to either of our emails. You can also just go on the GiftSuite.com website, and then
it's hello at GiftSuite.
Hello at GiftSuite, exactly. And
download the lookbook, because like I said, there's more information in there that we covered a lot of it, but there's just more detail in there that you might find interesting.
Oh, sure. Sorry about that. I'm gonna put that in there.
Oh, it's already there.
Oh,
sure. I'm sorry, I thought you meant the lookbook.
Oh, no. Put it there. Whoop. Sorry about that. Of course. There we go. So, There you go. So thank you, everyone. Much appreciated. Keep an eye out. We're gonna do, as we do more of these, we're gonna get into some specific products, some specific ideas. If you have any more questions, or if you're looking for like a particular type of product, we're more than happy to sort of feature those as well. And we'll also show you some featured boxes the next time, so that you have some more ideas that you can maybe float to your decision makers if you're not the decision maker, and hopefully place an order. So thank you guys.
Bye,
and
guys.
have
Thank
a
you.
have a wonderful day. We'll
Yeah.
talk to you again soon.
Take care.